Hey guys, and welcome to another GameXplain discussion. I'm your host, Andre Seegers, and this time we're joined by Derek Bittner and Dash Paulson to discuss the latest trailer for Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. So let's get started. Alright guys, well this is kind of a surprise. Nintendo just dropped a brand new overview trailer in Japan for Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, and this game is looking awesome. Especially because they showed off a few new things about it, such as Toadette being a character in the game that you can play as. They showed off a whole bunch of new stages, some new bosses, or at least a new boss. Just a ton of love going into this game. Yeah, what's your guys' raw reaction to this?
For me, Captain Toadette is like a drop the mic moment. That's pretty much, once I saw Captain Toadette, I was sold. I'm like, you know what? Not only, I was already sold in the game, but dude, Captain Toadette, she's adorable and she's awesome, and I want this game just for her.
I had a very similar reaction. Like, Captain Toad's always been kind of on the radar, but it's not like a top-tier game that I need to get. It's just sort of like, oh, that looks cute and maybe fun. This trailer, wow, it just looks so much fun. It looks vibrant and beautiful. Having Toadette in the game is remarkably just fun. I like the idea of it because I believe this is the first time she's shown up in a game that's not related to sports or racing in the entire series. I mean,
well, she was a 1,000-Year Door.
Okay, was she? I was not. I forgot about that. But yeah, still, I mean, it's first time since 1,000-Year Door. Even that's still a major step up, and I just like the idea of it. It's like it really is a celebration of Toad, and he's adorable in this. It just makes you feel good, and I love a game that can make you feel good just watching a trailer.
Yeah, no, it really, and speaking of the trailer, like in general, like all the new levels it shows off, like this honestly is looking like a masterclass in just purely good game design. The way these stages are, the way they work, and the way the different gimmicks work, and how different levels will make certain platforms rise and fall, and just the interconnectedness of these levels really just blows me away.
Yeah, there looks to be a lot to do in them. Yeah, in this one we saw a lot of uses of switches in this case that change all kinds of things. And there's one part where you can use a touchscreen to like rotate a platform by spinning your finger on the screen. Like every level looks to be extremely distinct, as far as I can tell. Like they all seem to be very much their own thing. And this trailer did address like one big question I had. Was, is this really going to be a full, a full retail game? I mean, we knew it was going to be, but, like, is it going to be worthy of that? And there's going to be over 70 stages in this baby. So, there's a lot to here, and it's going to be nasty for my analysis coming up, because there's a lot to cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, not only, you've got these 70 stages, but you have, what, three power stars to find in each, or not three, no, sorry.
Three crystals and a power star to find in each one.
And of course, there'll probably be stamps to unlock, and who knows if Toadette might even have her own campaign, and they're going to be secret levels.
Mm-hmm. She might be her own campaign, considering the fact that in the opening bits of the trailer we see her getting kidnapped, I suppose, by that bird thing along with that power star. Yeah, so maybe she is a second campaign for this.
Could be.
Which, maybe she's the Luigi of this game, but still, that's huge because Nintendo does have a track record of collect everything for this one, and here's a bunch of new stages and makes it even harder and that sort of thing. Like, what would the equivalent of Champions Road be for Captain Toad?
God, I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Like I said, I can't impress upon enough. It's like that second trailer for 3D World where everybody saw the initial trailer for it, for the game, and everybody was like, it looks okay, nothing too special. Then that second trailer dropped, and all of a sudden everybody just lit up and it was like, okay, this game is well worth my attention. And that's the feeling I got from this trailer. And yeah, just all the stages. I mean, I would have thought that the fact that the each stage was very kind of smaller in scope, that you obviously have a box that you can rotate, just like in 3D World, and I thought that might like limit yourself. But no, the variety is still there. It looks a ton of fun, and I love a good puzzle.
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, they're not... I mean, a lot of the stages are based on that cube aesthetic of Super Mario 3D World, but a lot of them actually stray from that, too. We already had the train level we saw, but, like, there's that one level where Toad's, like, digging down through a bunch of boxes, like, it's just a huge column. There's another, like, in a castle. So that's what's great about this one, is they're not just sticking purely to that one theme. Like, they're going all out with this. And what else really excited me was seeing the return of the double cherry from Mario 3D World, which I think makes a lot of sense in this game. I can see it making for some particularly unique puzzles, and I wonder if there's going to be even more power-ups, coming in here that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense, and really, I'm completely floored, like you guys, just how many different gameplay ideas there really are on display here. Like, I mean, it really does seem to switch the formula up a lot, and I remember going into E3 when it was first announced, thinking, okay, I love the Captain Toad levels, this is going to be a cool expansion pack for that, they're going to be more of the same. And then I got to play the game, especially the minecart level where you're firing turnips from a first-person view in the gamepad. I'm like, wait, this isn't the same game at all. They are completely rethinking Captain Toad from the ground up and really making a full game out of this.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's so cool.
It is. The thing for me, like, I wasn't a huge fan of the Captain Toad levels in 3D World. I think it was more because I just didn't feel they fit in that well. Like, they really did feel like their own thing. Like, in hindsight, like a demo for this game, or a tech demo for this game. But from what I've seen here, like, I am excited for it, and I think it will work better, with a game based around that concept. And I just love the personality they're injecting into this game. Like, they are really making Captain Toad feel like even more like his own character, even though he already has felt, along those lines between Mario Galaxy, and his other appearances. But I love his personality in this game. I mean, as Derek kind of mentioned, like, the trailer kind of makes you happy, which is something you don't get too often from games these days. Really, it's something only the Mario games have done, and I guess this is still a Mario game, basically. But, I just love the character and the personality here, with how Toad reacts to all kinds of situations.
Yeah, I completely agree. His face is adorable, and just the way he's boundlessly excited about everything. And you can't help but smile at that. I mean, it's just pure joy.
Yeah.
Well, to have a whole scene of that, not a whole scene, but a small snippet of that trailer just focused on him hiding from Boo when they're looking at each other. It's sort of like this stalemate. That just shows that, like, the kind of personality. Kind of reminds me of Dark Moon, where that game was a lot of personality injected into it, and sort of made you much more. And it sort of endeared you to the characters that much more. And it's kind of popular to hate on the Toads because they're annoying, the voice and all that stuff. But I think this might actually change some minds for some people and get them to sort of like the Toads that much more. Just because they are fun and adorable, and you kind of feel like feeling that they're not quite as useless anymore. And it really reminds me of classic Nintendo, where they took this small idea they had and just expanded upon it, made it its own thing, and just sort of blew it up to something that makes it worthy of its own game. And it's great to see Nintendo taking that chance again. And yes, it's still related to Mario, but this is a completely separate gameplay style, much in the same vein as Luigi's Mansion, where it was still Mario characters, but it's a completely different gameplay.
Yeah, that's totally the case. Yeah, I mean, again, I just like what they're doing here with by making Captain Toad his own character. And I can't help but wonder, and this is something we were kind of talking about before earlier today. I wonder if this is paving the way for a future Captain Toad appearance in Smash Brothers, because Toad has been historically lacking a true presence of Smash. He's been relegated to Peach's dress aid, and that might partially because Toad hasn't really had a particularly distinct appearance in games besides just being a sidekick character. But now that he's actually being his own protagonist, now I wonder if maybe they could do something with this guy.
I would love to see Captain Toad added as DLC for Smash Bros. In the future. I have no idea what his moveset would be, especially because officially he can't jump. But I'd love to see Sakurai do something really unique with his moveset and kind of pull almost like even if he had to end up being a joke character like Pichu, I would love to see him in the game, because I think, especially like you said, Andre, with Captain Toad getting his own game now, he really does seem like an actual Nintendo character. He should be playable in a Smash Bros. Game.
So I have an idea, just thinking about this, because yeah, Captain Toad can't officially jump, and the reason for that, as Nintendo has said, is because his backpack is too heavy. So what if they based his whole mechanic around that backpack, right? So, basically, it would be a little bit like Little Mac, right? I mean, you would have to give him some kind of jump, and maybe he can't jump very high. But what if he could throw stuff out of his backpack as projectiles, and slowly his backpack would lighten, lending him, the ability to jump higher, as well, but also making him perhaps easier to knock out. But conversely, but on top of that, what if you could also choose to drop your backpack at points? Just leave it on the battlefield, so you can become even more maneuverable. Then maybe you can pick it up later on to to use its inventory again.
That'd be interesting, but you have to worry about other players, throwing your items off and the balance, issues therein.
It would be awesome. I don't care.
I'm down.
It'd be very tricky, but it'd be an interesting way of incorporating both Captain Toad as well as the classic Toad, where he can run fast but not jump as high and that sort of thing.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point.
Plus, it also means we would get a Captain Toadette, which I'm completely down with. So, going back to the trailer for a second, one other thing I know, or two other things I noticed, is that I guess you'd be forgiven for thinking that for a game like Captain Toad that the graphics might be a bit more humble, but honestly, they look very much like Super Mario 3D World. It's a really gorgeous game with some really nice lighting effects, and it's got a very soft look to it, a soft, very colorful look to it. I'm really a big fan of.
Yeah, I mean, to add to that, or to clarify that, yeah, I mean, it looks like Mario 3D World itself, and not the Captain Toad levels of that game. Like, it looks so much better here than it did in that game.
Yeah, no, it really does. And also, I was a really big fan of the remix of the Super Mario 3D World jungle level theme that they were playing in that trailer.
It's pretty great.
Best I can say is it wasn't on my radar before, and it was kind of on my radar, but it was just sort of a distant thought. And now it's much more pronounced. That's the best I can say about this game, because just everything clicked. The music was great, graphics look fun, the gameplay looks fun. And again, Captain Toad himself is adorable. I love how they took this sort of minor character from Galaxy and gradually built him up. Like, somebody on the development team must have really liked him in Galaxy, and they just okay, let's keep putting him in.
Well, it is the Tokyo team making this game, I think, which is the same team that made Mario Galaxy, and they created that character. So it does make sense. So that just means we need the Tokyo team to make the next Smash Brothers game, and we'll be good to go. Alright, well, I think that wraps up our Captain Toad discussion, so thanks guys for watching. If you liked our discussion, make sure to like and follow us on Facebook and Twitter at GameXplain, which you can find links to in the description below. It's a good way to keep up to date on everything we post. And of course, keep an eye on GameXplain.com for more on Captain Toad Treasure Tracker and other things gaming as well. Alright, thanks guys. Bye.